Ladies and gentlemen, for those of y'all watching live and those of y'all listening on the podcast platform of your choosing, what's good, y'all? It's J. Christian Gary. It's Mike Soltez, aka Mr. Ohio, and you're listening to the review of Ryzen 53 version of Focus Fights Audio. And in case you're wondering, to be honest, when it comes down to this card, and I would just basically like to say this was probably better than what the UFC could put out, even though this fight card was
much weaker on paper.
Yeah, much better on paper. But would you say that when it came down to this fight card and there were 11 fights on the main card, would you say that this fight card was just a bit unwatchable at times? I hate to basically criticize it off the jump, but
Are you talking about certain aspects of Ryzen 53?
Yes.
Well, the Wilkins Nakagawa fight was awful. Ren and Cozy was what it was.
Boring.
Less said about it, the better. We know why it was booked to draw. You can make an argument whether it accomplished that or not. Other than that, I thought that Kate Lotus versus Perez was not great, but I didn't think it was a disaster. Kate Lotus did what she had to do. She is what she is too. But bottom line is, other than those three, this was a phenomenal event.
Agreed.
So there's times where cards that are weaker on paper like this deliver. There's times that they don't. Fortunately for the viewer, for us, the fans, this was one time it actually delivered.
Exactly. Especially considering the fact that when it came down to this card, I did not expect to see so many finishes take place. Card. I'm looking down this
and
card.
Also some standout performances in more ways than one.
I get what you mean, but I'm looking down the list right now on Tapology, and I only seen 3 fights, maybe 2, go to a decision. It was just crazy all around, just seeing finish after finish after finish. I did not expect the card to end that early at 5 a.m. Eastern for you, 4 a.m. Central for me.
People came to fight, and honestly, there's a lot of directions they can go, especially considering, as you say, considering the fact that they have events every month, and by Sakakibara's own admission, they are struggling to fill out these cards. Because not to get on too much of a tangent, but the Sendai card is rough.
Yeah, especially considering what's next. You said before we hit play or hit record that, upcoming, there's a whole bunch of fight cards taking place. And
for Super Ryzen, you have Landmark 14 in Sendai, Landmark 15 Hiroshima, Ryzen 54 at the Toyota Arena in Tokyo. So I think Sendai is 4,000 or 5,000 seater. So that's with the 2 title matches, or with the flyweight title match and Motoya versus Laramie. I think they're fine there, but I wonder what they're going to have to headline those 2 events before Super Ryzen. I would be very curious and a little, for lack of a better term, concerned what you can do, especially with a roster that's good, but it's not deep enough to do events every month, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, of course. And by the way, Jay Wolf, welcome.
Hello. Hey, there you guys are. What's going on?
Not too much. Just
how much did I miss?
The event, which was outside of 2 or 3 fights, was exceptional.
Oh yeah, you talking about 53, dude? It was absolute banger, dude. What'd you get it out of 10? Did you rate it? What?
Yeah, I'd rate about 8.
Me too. Yeah, I picked 8 as well.
There were just a couple of fights that, and we can talk about that bluntly sucked. And they were horrible to watch, or just slogs. So
yeah, the prelims, that's about it. I think everything on the main card.
Wilkins and Nakagawa was boring, and it was very disappointing for an opening fight.
You don't like all those and
Glenn was what it was, and then Kate Lotus Perez was just it was what it was what it was.
That one wasn't that bad. The Wilkins one had too many
it wasn't bad.
groin shots.
It was just meh.
How many fights you guys got to so far?
Nothing. We literally just started a few minutes ago. So.
Oh,
well,
okay, cool.
Go ahead and jot down the prelims before we even get to talking about the main card. I mean, let's just go ahead and say the 3 kickboxing bouts ended in a decision. I mean, I think I read off of myself. Shota defeated Oyasuda. Hinata Kitano defeated Junya, Juna, Koda, Koda, via decision. And Yushi, not Sakura, but Yushi as in pure kickboxer, defeated Asataro Yamamoto via unanimous decision. Let's just go ahead and say nobody gave a fuck about those kickboxing fights, unless you were actually a J-Kick fan, and even still, you were disappointed.
Or a relative.
Yeah, of course. But still, the main film that anybody with their brain and soul actually gave a damn about, Soul Hamaguchi knocked out Haruto Sanada. 2 minutes 33 seconds, round 1, punches from the mount position. I mean, Mike, since you were on here first, I mean, I just gotta ask, do you think that Soul Hamaguchi could be a potential headliner or a potential main card guy down the line?
I mean, at the very least, he deserves a spot on a landmark card after that performance.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
That's Andrew's complained about it many times, and I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
What is the point of putting these people on the undercard if they look great and they don't bring them back? There's not much point. Because Soul Hamaguchi, at the very least, he should get an undercard fight at, like, I don't know, landmark in whatever October would be, or maybe Hiroshima, because since this fight was relatively short, so shouldn't be too much, should still be in pretty decent shape.
Yeah, that and the flyweight division definitely needs bodies to fill.
It does.
I mean, especially after that performance that Hamaguchi put on, I wouldn't mind seeing more of them.
No, and like you said, it needs bodies, so why not?
Okay, of course. And Jay Wolf, I mean, I know you probably didn't watch the prelims, but if you did, what was your overall thought about Soul Hamaguchi's awakening?
You talking about the kick fight or the mixed martial arts bout? There's 3 kick fights.
The mixed martial arts bout, the one outlier of the prelims.
I mean, it was all right. Was there any superior rule set in it that you guys remember?
Don't remember, but it was a good finish, and like we just said, Soul Hamaguchi should be brought back.
All right, yeah, I agree 100%. So let's get into the main card, though. This is what the good stuff was.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what did you rate this card, by the way? I already asked Mr. Ohio, and it was an 8, and I agree it was an 8 as well. What did you rate it? Just curious.
I think I rated a solid 8 as well, especially considering, the opening fight, the Nakagawa versus Jake Wilkins fight. Less said about it, the better, but we will say that very end. I mean, let's basically not waste too much time on that when we can talk about the main event of this fight.
Yes.
I mean, you know how we do it. We basically talk about the fights from the main event on down, and I can go ahead and say to you now, Luis, the way how they were put over this fight, Luis Killer Gustavo versus Ilkham Nazimov, you would have us thinking that it was the second coming of Mirko Krokop versus Wanderlei Silva.
Yeah, I love that in the VTR. Didn't you guys like that? I thought that was awesome.
No one can build up something like Ryzen.
Oh, yeah, especially with Daisuke Sato working the promotional videos. But still, though.
Did you happen to notice that they had English subtitles on those?
Yes, I noticed.
And even for like when they had like the Japanese writing, they had an English subtitle underneath it to let you know what it was talking about. I thought that was cool. Has that ever happened before, or is this the first time?
Not that I can recall.
They've had it a few times in past
events. They did?
I really remember it.
I was going to say, I couldn't remember it either. I'm a Mr. Ohio. I think this might have been the first time.
If they've done it in the past, I sure can't remember.
Yeah, I'd have never seen it where they've done. I mean, they might have done subtitles, but I've never seen it done where they've translated even the sign, like the writings and stuff. So that was really cool. Just want to give a shout out to Ryzen and everybody for doing that for us, international fans. That was awesome. Really appreciated it.
But still, though, long and short of it all, Luis Killer Gustavo is now the 5th or 6th Rising featherweight champion off the back of him knocking out Ilkan.
It's lightweight.
Okay, lightweight champion. So he is automatically the 3rd Rising lightweight champion.
Yeah.
So you have to think, and by the way, the result of this knockout via overhand right to grounded strikes, time of the fight 2 minutes 8 seconds of round number 1. Gustavo becomes the 3rd champion. Nazimov loses on his first defense. But still, though, I mean, that fight was just incredible to watch from start to finish. I almost forgot it even lasted that long.
But yeah, it was a banger for sure, dude. That was it delivered. Remember how on the preview show we were saying it was going to be a strikers delight and just expect violence? Boy, were we right, man. But
right, but we didn't realize it'd be that quick.
No.
Hey, but Jay Chris, weren't you the only one that picked Gustavo?
I think I was.
I think you were, because I remember me and Mike were saying we're leaning it was going to be Nazimov.
Yeah, but I did mention that that right hand.
Yeah, we did. Remember we were saying, hey, he's got the power to knock somebody out. So, if he can get him to brawl.
Nazimov kept that hand too low. Boom, over, just like that.
Yeah, but now I got a couple questions to ask about this. First of all, when it comes down to Gustavo, who do you match him up with next? Because I heard that there were a few opponents in mind to face off against. Nazimov, how soon do you climb back? Mr. Ohio, you go first.
Well, considering that they have so many shows this year, they're going to need to have a viable headliner for a couple of them. I would say a lightweight title defense is the play here. Do you do a rematch with Satoshi with that storyline, with that early stoppage? Do you have Razbali Shadulayev move up? Which I would maybe keep him in the promotion a little bit longer since he's pretty much going the other way down anyway. Would you maybe would you put Shunta Nomura in with him whenever he can come back? So you've got some options here. I would go with the Satoshi rematch.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing though. Satoshi was wanting to get a shot at the title again no matter what, and either way, no matter who was going to win this fight, it was going to be a rematch anyways.
I get that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would just go with the Satoshi rematch basically on necessity because, as I said, they need main events to fill out these cards in the next couple of months.
Exactly. But considering the fact that Gustavo lost to Roberto Satoshi Souza before, I mean, considering this finish, how do you think that's going to change up now that, Gustavo's the champion and Souza's going to be the challenger?
I would say I don't think it's going to change much. I think Gustavo is still going to fight the way he fights, and Satoshi's going to try to get it to the ground. I don't see that changing. It's just that Satoshi landed a perfect shot.
Oh yeah, of course. And to be honest, question again, how soon do you think Nazimov's going to be able to come back?
Like October?
Oh, I mean, that would make sense, especially considering that, again, they need bodies to fill up by the time the year ends, so might as well go ahead and
I would suggest he move down to featherweight.
I mean, that would be like kind of a change up, especially considering the fact that he lost to a natural featherweight in Gustavo who boosted up. Might as well go ahead and might as well go ahead and trim down is what I'm trying to say.
From what I remember someone saying, all 4 of his losses were at lightweight. So if you know that weight class might be a little too much for you, why not go down to a weight class where you're unbeaten?
Oh yeah, exactly. Of course. But still, don't, it all depends on what he does next, to be honest. Now, Jay Wolf, real quick, I mean, I guess I could ask the same of you, but when it comes down to this particular fight, I mean, would you say that it was Gustavo's best performance to date?
Yeah, it was pretty darn good, and I was really happy for him. I mean, did you see a lot of the after fight footage, like the one where he got mobbed by the younger fans and they were starting to jump around and dance around? Did you guys see that yet?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought that was awesome, dude. All the post fight stuff, I was really happy for him.
Trying to get autographs after the fights too, so that was interesting.
I mean, with all that energy that they've got, you would have thought the fight was in Nagoya with a big Brazilian fan base.
I know, right? It was really cool to see, man. I was super stoked, and just, man, what a sensational, just everything for Gustavo, bro. He won the title, won with a knockout, was getting mobbed by the fans. I mean, dude, what? And did you see the big smile that Sakakibara-san had when he was putting the belt around him? So it wasn't like Sakakibara-san was upset that he won either. So it was,
well,
a storybook night.
Horizon for what, almost 8 years now?
Yeah, wasn't he? He was there before the pandemic, wasn't he?
It was 2018. What was it? 2018 is when he fought Yachi.
Mm-hmm.
Ryzen 12, I think it was Ryzen 13, something like that.
Yeah, so he's been a Ryzen mainstay for a long time. So it was good to see him get the belt, and that's why Sakakibara-san was happy. Everybody was happy. Do you see the post about Shingo-san was shedding a tear of joy for him? Mm-hmm. So I just thought it was cool. Everything, the whole thing, the fight, the build up with the, Wanderlei Silva Crow Cop throwback on the VTR. Love that. Got me hyped for it. The fight itself was an absolute banger, for as long as it lasted. And then sensational knockout. And the celebration was sensational as well. And then the post-fight, everything was just absolutely sensational. I just loved it.
It was nice. And they created a bunch of fresh matches.
Yeah, and speaking of those, I wanted to talk to you guys about that next right now, since we're on it. Did you guys see all the stuff that was happening on social media today about this? Shadalayev was posting about getting 2 belts now so it looks like possibly that's going to be the next matchup is going to be Shadalayev and Gustavo.
Well, if not Souza versus Gustavo in a rematch, then
I think you should just make Satoshi beat Nazimov, right? So that could be another main event right there. Satoshi avenges that loss to Nazimov.
I wouldn't do that because I would think Nazimov should move down to featherweight.
He's too big for featherweight. You think he can make
he's
featherweight?
Also lost, but all 4 of his losses have been at lightweight. So he's one of those in-betweeners. So
how old is he though? That's the factor.
I would genuinely, if I were him, I would genuinely try to make feather.
If he's over 30, there's no way, dude. He's got to stay at lightweight. It's gonna be too hard of the cut. So I think that, plus he already got that win over Satoshi, so they should rematch that, use it as either a main event or a co-main event, and definitely book Shad and Gustavo for the lightweight title. If Shad
wins the lightweight title, does he should vacate the featherweight title?
Well, sure, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. But then if he wins the lightweight title, then that sets up the super fight with Satoshi, because I think Satoshi's going to be able to beat Nazimov on the rematch. What do you guys think about that?
I'm not super thrilled about a rematch. Like I said, I think Nazimov should go to 145, but we'll see. Do
you think that Satoshi can beat Nazimov?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So then I think they should do that rematch with Nazimov, because you do a rematch either way. Why? What does it matter if it's Gustavo or Nazimov? The bigger super fight right now is clearly Shadalayev versus Gustavo. They were hyping it up online, and hopefully that's what's going to happen. And then, did you guys see Ryzen Prince Akimoto was tweeting? Because remember at the intermission, Sakakibara-san was saying that they were probably going to give Clever the next shot at Shadalayev, and that was probably met with lukewarm enthusiasm.
Well,
the only person that was excited about that was Drew.
About the intermission, Jay Wolf, Sola and Koike, Roberto Satoshi Souza, Kleber Koike Herbst, they were basically coming out to the fans. They were basically saying, hey, we want an opportunity to fight on a future card as well.
Well, they're going to. Remember
Hiroshima and Ryzen 54 in Tokyo. Those
they said they're going to be on this fight in the summer, right? They just didn't have the opponents yet. But Sakakibara-san said that Kleber is probably going to be fighting Shadalayev, and then he didn't really say anything about Satoshi-san, right?
Satoshi and Kleber, all he said was that they were going to fight either in Hiroshima at Landmark or at 54 in Tokyo.
No, I meant for who he was going to fight. Like, all he said was that there is going to depend on who won the main event, right?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what it was. He was going to fight the winner of the main event. But now it's even – I think all that was met lukewarm because, now it's – Shadalayev and Gustavo, that's a hot matchup. And then Rising Prince Akimoto was tweeting about he should be facing Kleber next for the number one contenders bout.
That would be a super Ryzen fight, in my opinion.
That's fine. Whatever. Let's do it. And I like that, though. I think Akimoto should beat up Kleber, and then that will definitely earn him a title fight at 145, right?
It should.
And that way,
in theory, it should.
And exactly right.
Unless there's some incredible signing that they pull out of left field.
Well, for right now, what they got, I think that would be a great way to determine the next 145. Oh, Jay Chris, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still
black.
I'm still here.
Okay, cool. Your screen's black. But anyways, so Gustavo Shadalayev for the lightweight title, and I don't know if they're gonna do Akimoto versus Kleber, then I don't think Shadalayev should vacate yet. I think he should be a dual champion, and that way they can match up Akimoto with Shadalayev for the title.
See, I don't agree with that because you're just holding the belt. You're holding the belt hostage, and you're just holding the division up. I've never liked that.
Well, he could hold the look.
This isn't one where they don't have roster depth. Come on.
They could. Well, we got to do what you said and get a nice signing, nice couple new signings. Expand the roster is the remedy to all this roster depth stuff and everything. But I'm like I said, I'm of the opinion if someone becomes a dual champion, they have to choose which division. I don't like it when people hold divisions hostage. Well, okay, but hear me out. Check out this scenario. What if he goes up, faces Gustavo, wins the belt, and he becomes a dual champion, 2 belts. Then he'll go back down to defend the featherweight belt on New Year's Eve against Akimoto if Akimoto can beat Kleber, and then he'll face Satoshi for the lightweight belt afterwards. No. Like I said, I don't believe in holding a belt hostage, period. It's not really holding a belt hostage if you're holding the division. You're holding one right after the other. I don't agree with you. You're holding the division up. We've seen this in boxing where after someone moves up in weight, they have 30 days to choose which division to go to or to stay in. Oh, well, I don't think it's, 6 months is not, it's not like he's going to, be sitting there on the belt with, holding up for a year. So, but what's Drew saying? Is this PFL? What are you talking about, Drew? You talking about with dual championships or what? I'm not a fan of that. So, but
still, long story short.
Well, what do you think, Jay Krish? What do you think of that scenario? Who would you like to see? Would you like to see Shadalayev versus Gustavo next?
Long story short, I think that Shadalayev should basically pick a division and stay in it rather than just think about being, like the Eastern European version of Conor McGregor. Dude, that's what he's going. He's going for the dual belt, 2-belt championship, you guys. Come on. Yeah, but
he's not going to pick a division. He's going to go to both divisions. Come on. This is.
Oh, and Andrew was saying, I don't think Ryzen has any interest in doing double champions. Kyoji could have done it, but he didn't.
Agreed. It holds the divisions up. That's the issue. Well,
it's not like there's, 155. who's going to be fighting for the title? Do an interim title then. Jeez, come on. Let's have some fun with this dual championship.
I hate the I word. Let's get that straight. I hate the word interim because it basically means plastic champion, paper champion, pretender champion.
All right, well, I'm just gonna throw then you guys are against it. I'm gonna be for it. I'm for Shot Alive and Gustavo next, and Akimoto and Clever next. And
that's you, dude.
And then Satoshi-san and Nazimov rematch. So you can avenge that loss.
Again, that's you. I'm just saying. Maybe it would be best to wait and see what happens. But still, though, we've talked enough about this fight. It basically lasted about 8 times as long as this damn fight. I mean, the conversation for this fight lasted about 8 times as long as the fight actually went. So let's go ahead and move on and briefly talk about the Ren Hiromoto versus Koji Tanaka draw that happened it was basically a bastardized sparring session.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one you guys can take, less time on. We should take more time on the main event and less time on this one. This was just to knock the ring rust off of Ren. So
and to draw some people to the arena. That's all it was for.
Yep. That's all I got to say about that. So you want to move on?
You know what? Let me just go ahead and say this. Mr. Ohio and I were having a very spirited discussion before the record button hit about, Ryan Cafaro, who we will be talking about in a matter of moments.
Yes, that's the point.
Wanting to face off against Ren Hiromoto. And Andrew is basically saying, oh, this fight drew some people to the arena that didn't even show up.
Dude, he is on this trip that Ren is not a draw somehow.
He is a draw to a point, but he also needs the right dance partner. Koji is not that person.
We'll see. I can't wait to see when he headlines by himself to disprove this little theory that he's not a draw. So we'll see what happens. But
you say it's a theory, but I think it's probably fact proven.
I do think that this hurt him. I think this performance absolutely hurt his drawing.
I don't know. I mean, dude, he just come back off an injury to knock the ring rust off. I mean, what do you guys expect?
You don't back it up, and that's not good. So,
I mean, well, what do you think is going to be next for him? You think he's going to defend the last man standing title?
I would say, for me personally, I think he should fight a rematch with Yutaka Saito to get back on track and to get one last big fight out of Saito before his retirement. Because the man's 30, is he 39 now?
Hey, that's still one year before the 40 wall.
Yeah, but it's like, I would wait for Ren and Mikuru if that's indeed what they want to do for New Year's. But we'll see.
Okay, well, then who do you match up Mikuru with then?
Rugar Karamov.
Oh, nice. Well, then what about the danger of them both losing?
You gotta sell tickets for Super Ryzen. That's a risk you're gonna have to take unless you just want to go straight to that fight.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's probably what's going to happen then, I bet you, because otherwise they would have announced that they were facing each other at Super Ryzen, right?
Right, but I'm just saying you have two huge dome shows in the span of 3.5 months. So you've got to be very selective. You got to put good fights, but you have to use them. You got to use your draws carefully. There's no easy answer for that.
Okay. I actually like that idea, though, to be honest with you. Karamov and Mikuru, and then Ren, and I mean, Saito. I heard people were throwing out the name Chihiro as well, but
I could see Chihiro. I personally, and I know this is probably gonna get shit. I don't care. I would still book a Shoji rematch.
For Chihiro or for Ren?
For Chihiro Suzuki, absolutely, because he's been out of the ring for so damn long, coming off an injury, coming off 3 losses. He has immense potential. You need to move him carefully.
Well, remember, he just had his exhibition bout with oh gosh, what's his name? Was it Takeshi?
Kohei Tokeshi, who's slower than a snail.
Yeah, so
I don't read much into that. Chihiro needs a tune-up fight.
But that was
on New Year's.
that was to knock the ring rust off, like this one was for Ren. So it would make sense to match them up, in my opinion. Both coming off of injury or long layoff, and both coming off of knock the ring rust off fight. So
Chihiro already beat him,
right? But
I think they.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I think you need fresh opponents for them, or at least bigger opponents than each other.
True.
To keep them away from each other till New Year's at least.
All right.
Here's the thing. Before we move on to the rest of this fight card, what do you do about Koji Tanaka next?
I don't know. Just no more boxing exhibitions, please. Throw him in a freaking kick bout or something. I'm so sick of these boxing exhibitions.
How about book him with? I know this is a huge mismatch, but because it's in the Osaka Dome, you have to sell tickets. Why not book him with Taiyo Asahisa?
You know what would help?
Yes, do it.
And I know it's a mismatch, but that's not the point. The point is Koji sells tickets in Osaka.
Yeah, but even still, the fans on YouTube trashed it.
What were they trashing? This box exhibition or what?
They did, then no doubt, and good for them. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta use Koji because he says he's gonna retire soon, and you have, as I said, you have the Kyocera, Kyocera Osaka Dome. You have to sell tickets. He sells.
Do you want it in? What do you want? Don't tell me you want another box exhibition. Do you want it in mixed martial arts or
put it in a kickboxing fight?
Okay, there you go. Okay.
I mean, come to think of it, in this case, Koji said that he wants to fight a couple more times before he retires. And I think that one of those fights is probably going to be against, if I'm not mistaken, probably against Mikuru, and then that'll be it.
Or at the very least, because it was such a good fight, why not just have him have a rematch with Ashizawa?
There you go. I like that one too.
That would help. But still, though, I don't see much happening with Koji. I mean, just as long as like you said, Mr. Ohio, he needs to stay away from the boxing exhibitions.
Hey, that's what I said.
They're played out. Hey. They're just played out. And
Yes.
it seems like there's diminishing returns with them. So
and no more kick on the freaking prelims, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're gonna do them, just do one or two, but just keep them on the prelims. That's it.
I highly don't listen to you on that, Jay Wolf. But the point of the matter is that let's go on and talk about the rest of these fights.
Yes, please. Let's move on from the boxing exhibition. No more of those, please.
A lot more entertaining than what the hell we were just talking about. Go ahead and talk about Ryo Takagi knocking out the underdog Kai-Wen Lee via right hook to grounded strikes. 98 seconds of round number 1, 1 minute, 38 seconds. And, you got to admit, 10-4 now. Well, actually, 11-3 now for Ryo Takagi, beating up another Chinese export.
He looked great.
Huh?
He looked great. Like, that was surprising it ended that quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely surprising, especially considering the fact that, that felt like the performance of a future contender. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Ohio?
I do. I think he looked like a stud. Like, his counter punching was his combinations and his counter punching were on point. Considering how mediocre he's looked the last couple times, I feel you could tell he really trained hard, and he beat a solid fighter. So I would like to see him now. If they want to try and use him against, say, Ren, I would not be opposed to that.
You know what?
I think that would make sense if you want to try. If you don't think you can trust Ren, and you want to try and see what Takagi has, why not?
You know what? I think that would be a good future fight between him and Ren Hiromoto. I mean, I would definitely want to see that.
I do think that would be a good Super Ryzen fight if you're not going to put him in with, Suzuki, Saito. Yeah, man, people like that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Jay Wolf?
Well, funny you say that, Mr. Ohio, because all those guys are going to be on the Super Ryzen card.
Yeah.
That was another thing that was announced during the intermissions was he Scott Barson basically re-announced the Super Rising show and all the matches that were going to be happening on it. So maybe that could happen. I know Drew's breaking balls about the Chinese fighter picks because they look so good on paper, and I've been taking them in the Rising FF fans Discord.
Andrew, you sound like Yoda.
Long story short, Jay Wolf, if they sound good on paper, that means they're paper thin in combat.
Yeah, but Kai Wei Lin, I remember him from one championship, and he was actually, I thought this was the one for sure, you guys.
No,
from the preview show.
He's a solid fighter. It's just that Takagi can punch like hell, and Lee played right into his hands with being overly aggressive and the counter right hand.
Yeah, so this one's not my fault, but at least I didn't take this one in the fantasy league. So I learned my lesson there. But man, I thought for sure Lee Kai Wen was going to get it done this time. And but Drew, that's funny. Who ended up getting him in the fantasy league, Drew? And we're talking about the Rising FF Fans Discord server fantasy league. That's free, by the way. Everybody listening, join and come play with us. It's freaking awesome. It's free to play. And it adds an extra layer of fun to the fights. It's really cool. So who ended up getting him? I think they paid like $9 or $10 for him. It's not real money; it's fake money. But you get a certain amount that you can bid each card to. You have to bid on the fighters in secret and through a third party website, and it's just a lot of fun. Just Bleed Fan sets it up, and man, it's awesome. It's the most fun fantasy game that I think. I played. It's better than any, other than fantasy football. It's freaking awesome. So,
fantasy hockey's better.
Which one?
Fantasy hockey's better.
Oh, hockey? Are you a hockey guy?
Yeah.
No, this one. Are you? You're not even in the fantasy league, huh?
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, hockey rules.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, the fantasy league and the Rising FF Fans Discord server rocks, and everybody should join and play. It's a lot of fun. So, but yeah, Lee Kai Wen. Couldn't believe that he lost, but hey, that's how the fight game, So what do you guys think that he should be facing Saito? You said or
no?
Ren?
Ren would be a good fight if we're looking for someone like on his a younger fighter or someone around that. I wouldn't be opposed to him versus Cafaro.
Oh, nice. Now Cafaro, I want on a fast track.
Or I wouldn't be opposed to Takagi versus Nazimov.
Oh, there you go. You know what? But I want to save Nazimov for. I'm hoping that scenario happens where Satoshi faces Nazimov in the rematch, and then Gustavo fights Shad. So I kind of want to save him for that. I like your other decisions. I like your other suggestions better. The Super Rising show. And hey, that might could happen. All those guys are going to be on Super Rising. So September 10th.
But remember, you still have what 5, 6? You have 4 other shows besides the 2 dome shows to fill. If my math is right.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But hey, all these suggestions are awesome. So let's keep them going.
Yeah, a good point. And before we continue, I hate to basically pull an Andrew here, but do you think that Kai Wen Lee is Rising worthy?
Yeah, I definitely want to bring him back one more time, just based on his past performances. But
put him on a landmark. Sorry, Jay, but put him on a landmark show against frickin' Jake Wilkins. Feed him to Kyron Lee.
There you go. Nice. I like it.
if landmark is supposed to be what Trigger was supposed to be, which are a combination of Trigger and landmark, where you have marquee fights and veterans or young prospects fighting each other, why not?
Yes. Why not indeed? Bring him back to see what he can do one more time.
Taiwan versus Hagiwara makes sense too. But I'm just saying.
Oh, there's a nice one.
I'm just saying that, you need bodies, as I said, I keep saying it ad nauseum, to fill up these damn cards. And so, yeah, Lee, 100%.
I like that suggestion, Drew. Hey, this is what happens when you don't troll. You make some pretty good points and suggestions sometimes, man.
Because at this point, you can't, with Hagiwara, you can't really protect him. You have to use him because he seems to lose to any type of fighter nowadays, doesn't he?
But Lee Kai Wen or Kai Wen Lee would, stand and bang with them, right? He's not going to sit there and try to grapple Hagiwara, which is really the only way that people have been beating Hagiwara, right?
Other than the Hawaii, I can't pronounce the guy's name. The Hawaii.
Oh yeah, that knocked him out, the overweight guy. So
yeah, Mahula.
Yeah, Mahula. There you go. But I think they should. I think that's a great matchup. Good idea, Drew. Good non-trolling comment. Thank you. Keep them up.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on and talk about the fight where I guess now we got the dark side of Shinobu Ota. I mean, Shinobu Ota, the former Olympic Greco-Roman wrestling silver medalist, knocked out the journeyman Yuto Kintaro Hokamura. That was via second round. Well, actually, no, it wasn't via knockout. It was via submission. He made him tap out via arm triangle choke. 4 minutes, 25 seconds at round number 2. And Mr. Ohio, you basically said this earlier that, Shinobu doesn't have what it takes to be a future star because he just beat a journeyman in Kintaro.
I think there's a limit. I think there's a ceiling to what he can do. I think his striking is not, it's just not good enough. But I think obviously his wrestling, top control, etc., it's exceptional. I mean, he's a silver medalist for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know, if I remember right, I think he and Kashimura were jawing at each other. So that might be an interesting fight to book.
So basically, you would want to see Shinobu Ota versus Chinosuke Kashimura.
I think you can do that, but with Kashimura, although Kashimura didn't really have to work because I think his opponent got injured in that interim title fight in Deep, if I remember right. So I would like to see him actually fight, and I think Ota would be a nice little test for him.
Mm-hmm. Understood. And J Wolf, Andrew was saying this fight was silly. Did you?
I disagree with that. I thought it was cool. I mean, Ota looked good. I mean, is there any doubt that he looked good? I mean,
no, Ota did what he had to do. He beat a journeyman.
Okay, well then let's match him up with somebody tougher next time. So
Junosuke Kashimura.
There you go. Let's do it. Because I still like Ota, Olympic silver medalist, and he just showed he's got that Olympic athlete pedigree in this fight. So let's match him up with somebody tougher next time.
Yeah, he's a solid depth guy. Nothing wrong with that.
Understood. Now, I mean, I hate to basically move on to the next fight so quickly because
let's do it. Let's keep it rolling. But your screen's black, bro.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm trying to basically get something up real quick.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't know if you meant for it to be black or not.
But still, though, point of the matter is the fact that, the lone women's fight on the card, Kate Lotus Oyama defeated Katie Perez.
Are we already at that one?
Huh?
Oh, okay. I misremember the card order. I thought we had one more fight on the main card, but I guess not.
I mean, come to think of it, we're doing this from the main event on down.
Yeah, I know.
And there were several nondescript There were several fights that you don't really need to review all that much.
Of course.
Yeah, the co-main event, the boxing exhibition being one of them.
Yeah, of course. But still, though, point of the matter is the fact that Kate Lotus Oyama defeated Katie Perez, the assassin machine, via unanimous decision. Oyama moves to 10-8 overall. Perez, despite being dropped down to 7-11 overall, she now has optimism that she wants to fight on future cards. I think what I'm hearing, I mean, actually, I saw a tweet from Miss Perez, and it reads a little like this. It says, Japan, your girl Kate hits hard, but my head doesn't hurt nearly as much as my heart. I let you down with that performance, and I'm deeply sorry. I allowed fear of losing to rule me, and I didn't chase the win as I came to do. You deserve more. Ryzen deserves more. That said, thank you for the opportunity to fight for you. Thank you for celebrating MMA as you do. Thank you for your warm welcome and kindness. I hope someday to repay you with more and better fights for you to enjoy. Now, considering all that was said, I mean, I hate to basically pull another Andrew again, but do you think that we could potentially see Katie Perez in more Ryzen-worthy fights?
Why not? I mean, to steal a line from Mr. Ohio, we need people to fill these cards out, and the atomweight division needs fighters. So, and what are we gonna do with it since the atomweight belt is vacant right now? What are they gonna do? I know there's a rumored atomweight Grand Prix that's gonna be happening. So, I mean, what do you guys think?
I mean, it's like you said, Mr. Ohio, we got bodies to fill.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, she's a journeyman. I mean, if they want to bring her back and feed her to someone else, cool. If not, whatever.
Nah, I don't think you're going to bring her back to fight and have her lose that easily. I mean, those 7 finishes don't come by accident.
With all due respect to her, she is what she is. She's a journeyman. She's probably good at. She seems to be decent enough to. No, I agree with that 100%. But I guess she's the type of journeyman who can, if you don't take her seriously, she can beat you. But if you're on your game, you dominate someone like her.
Mm-hmm. And the comment that Mr. Soltez was reacting to was one from Taylor Clubber Lang, who also has hopes of potentially fighting in Rising one day. He said, they can bring Perez in to lose, but honestly, she's not athletic enough to compete at the Rising level.
Oh, 100%. But I mean, there is a place for some. There's a place for a one-off like this.
Let me guess. Deep Jewels.
I mean, you can do that. I mean, they booked far worse fighters there.
I was gonna say, I mean, where are you guys gonna get some atomweights to fill out this atomweight Grand Prix?
Deep.
The Deep Jewels fighters are not as. I mean, Perez is better than the Deep Jewels fighters.
Some of them probably, but
I mean, it's not like they're gonna get them out of Combate Global.
Why not? Hey, you're stealing my thunder. That's what's gonna bring up next, man.
Come on, Combate Global is going through their own set of problems. They basically don't know how to book fighters and keep them busy.
What do you mean? They just had a run of like 4 or 5 shows here.
Yeah, but still, though.
And they had atomweights, 2 atomweights, good atomweights on the event that was on Saturday.
Yeah,
so I think would be perfect for the atomweight Grand Prix.
Yeah, I mean, I get getting in Janet Garcia, but what about Kenya Enriquez, who just basically left the promotion?
She is not a atomweight.
Okay, but still, though, point of the matter is, you're gonna have to get fighters, at least from this side of the Pacific, to make sure you keep them busy. Even though, of course, there's not that many atomweight free agents in the United States and Canada that could basically say, let me go over to Japan and see what's best for me.
All right, I'm just saying there's there. So, and that would be, better than getting some deep jobbers. So just want to put that out there. And they honestly, Global has been. Go ahead.
I was going to say, honestly, that with Ryzen, they should probably just book Lotus versus Kuzutina and get it over with.
What about Reina? Don't forget about Reina.
Reina needs to get a win or 2 to get back here. But I would book Kuzutina versus Lotus for Super Ryzen for the title. Reina wins there. You do what I can't pronounce this name.
You do Kuzutina versus
Reina on New Year's Eve.
Well, doesn't Reina already have a win over Lotus?
She does, but she's never fought Kuzutina.
Okay, then. So why are we bypassing Reina for?
Because she's coming off a loss and she's going to be fighting, and she needs to win to be back in contention. Lotus has won, I believe, 3? No, she other than those Shima, she's won 3 of her last 4. I don't, because there's nobody in this damn division.
So Reina is fighting on Super Ryzen in September.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't give her a title shot off of a loss.
No, we'll see what happens in the Super Ryzen 5 event. So, and then if she wins that one, go ahead.
Like I said, I would book Kuzutina and Kate Lotus. Just get the belt on Kuzutina and then go from there.
All right. I mean, the Grand Prix is a lot more fun, but if you want to fast track it, that's the way to go, I guess.
I would fast track it because there's not enough. I don't think it's worth the headache of trying to find 8 fighters for a Grand Prix. If you want to do 4, like a mini tourney, I'm fine with that. But 8, I think that's a stretch at this point.
No, they can bring in Combate Global fighters. They can bring in these Invicta fighters that are not active right now. They can make it happen. So it's just, and there's plenty of deep jobbers that they can bring in for the quarterfinal rounds. It's not they got to find 20 different fighters.
Oh, Andrew
Shimakuzi could be an opportunity, but could be an option. Yeah,
Oshima is coming off losses as well.
She just beat Kate Lotus. I'm just thinking in terms of someone who's popular and might be able to sell a little bit. That's all.
All right. Well, Reina is more popular than any of them, but
I know she is, but she, like I said, she's coming off a loss, and at least Oshima's coming off a win. That I can get behind.
But Oshima's win is Reina already beat Lotus.
Yeah, I know.
All right, okay. I'm just saying, do the Grand Prix. That's all I want to say.
And Andrew is saying to you, Jay Wolf, how wrong can you be?
Oh, please. Wrong about what, buddy? I haven't been wrong about nothing. I'm throwing out ideas, suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
No, Reina beat Lotus.
I think he's talking about Oshima.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but my suggestion with Oshima or with Lotus is because she seems to have a fan base. That's the reason I would put her in. But what do I know?
All right.
But of course, I mean, considering.
Real quick before we get off this fight, Jay Krish, just want to put out there that I'll be able to talk to Katie personally because me and Todd Atkins are going to be doing an interview with her in the next day or two here. She'll be out this weekend, so I'll be sure to ask the question. Did she get an invite back, or did she hear anything about a women's atomweight Grand Prix, or is there any kind of info that she can dish out on what's going on with the atomweight title and stuff, atomweight scene over in Ryzen?
You know what? That would be cool because it's like I said to her, Ryzen is a promotion of where if you fight worth a damn, you will be bought back. And considering the fact that she did not take this, challenge to light, she basically done all that she could to make this fight serious enough to basically warrant a second fight.
I think so too. Like Jay Chris, remember when she got eye poked, right? And she didn't call for a timeout or nothing, dude. She just tried to fight through it, and the referee had to jump in to stop the bout. Like she wasn't gonna say nothing about it. I think the Japanese fans like that.
I mean, come to think of it, that's why she's an international warrior, which, if she does fight again, the next time she will fight will probably be later this month at that stupid International Warrior Game show. But still, though, the point of the matter is I can definitely see her getting an opportunity to fight in Ryzen again if the opportunity presents itself.
Totally. Same with Combate Global.
Oh, yeah, more like the same with Invicta, but I don't think I have high enough hopes for Invicta to return so far.
Well, hey, Shannon Knapp, the CEO of Invicta, said they were going to return. They're not done yet, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it's true and they're not, done for, and they're going to return. It's always good to have a good women's promotion.
Oh yeah, of course. And by the way, Perez is going to be fighting on the International Warrior Games card in July.
I'll ask her about that too, Jay Krish, for you.
Okay, cool. But other than that, let's go ahead and move on because I feel like, there's a challenge that might be happening between one of these two fighters, and it's not the winner, but still, though, Show Patrick Usami. And you probably already salivating, Jay Wolf. All savage on Tatsuya Yambo Saika. Left hook, soccer kick, knockout, 1 minute, 36 seconds of round number one. Actually, 1 minute, 38 seconds of round number one. Usami with the big win over Saika. But now there's word coming out from lightweight King of Pancrase champion. No, featherweight King of Pancrase champion, Rafael Cochinha Barbosa. I interviewed him before, and he says he wants to fight. I think he wants to fight Show Patrick Usami next.
Now, is he the lightweight King of Pancrase or the featherweight?
Featherweight. And this fight was at... Oh, no, damn. It was at... No, actually, he's the lightweight King of Pancrase. This fight was at lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
But still, though, point of the matter is Barbosa wants a future opportunity in Ryzen against Show Patrick Usami. So, considering the fact of Usami getting this phenomenal win
which he needed badly.
Yeah. Do you think that's the next step?
I think it makes sense. I think you have to match Usami carefully. Like you saw that when he can stand up and counter, he's a beast. When he has to do other things like grappling and kicking, things like actually hunting people, it's where he struggles. So Barbosa would be a decent match. I was going to suggest that Ren looked really, really big. So I'm wondering if he can even make featherweight at this point. If not, how about Ren Hiromoto show Patrick Usami?
Oh, that would be some damn good matchmaking on that.
Well, I mean, how do you know that he can't make featherweight?
I'm saying, like, he was 176 pounds to cut 30-something pounds to September, and I'm assuming he's probably going to start training around, July-ish?
Why can't he start right now?
Is he really? Is he going to train? Is he going to seriously train, though?
Well, I mean, he can just do, running and you get some of that fat off the bone, right?
He probably gained weight before the fight. So I'm assuming he's probably 180-ish. Is losing 40 pounds in that amount of time feasible without killing yourself?
Dude, he's got, 4 or 5 months?
About three and 2/3, I would say. If he's actually starting to go back to training immediately.
Which I probably bet you he will. So we'll see. I mean, all we know is that for sure he's on Super Rising 5 in September.
Mm-hmm.
So
to me, he just looks like he's going to have to move up to lightweight at some point because he looked massive at featherweight, as I recall.
And what was the catch weight for the boxing exhibition?
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure Ren was listed at 176.
Was at 170 pounds, 175 pounds actually.
Yeah, and he was at 170 something pounds, and that was before rehydrating.
Mm.
Well, it's possible to get it done in 4 months, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'd be concerned about. That makes me.
If not, well, then throw him against Usami, like you're saying.
What's that?
I said, if not, then throw him against Usami at lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
And that way it'll help him on his move down to featherweight for the last man standing title. Or you think they'll have Mikuru move up?
That much weight, that makes me really weary.
It's only 20 pounds.
I'm talking. That's at least 30-something pounds.
No. I'm saying for your plan for Usami at lightweight.
I'm saying that's a worst case scenario if he can't make featherweight. I'm questioning it because of how big he was, 175, and that, like I said, before rehydrating. I am curious what his weight when he came into the ring on Sunday was.
Okay, well, he's got 4 months to figure it out, so hopefully he does. But I like your plan. If worst case scenario, throw him in there against Usami because Usami looked fantastic, you guys. I mean, that finish was sensational. I mean, dude, I let an audible F. Yeah, dude, I was so stoked. That superior rule set grounded kick finally got a grounded kick finish. Been waiting for that a long time. So, I mean,
well, in a way, I still think that the next fight possibly for Usami should be against Rafael Barbosa. And if you want to check out more about that fight happening, you can go check out Mark Pickering's J Fights over on Substack. I think the link for that should be in the description of the audio and maybe the video as well. But still, though, point of the matter is, if you want to check out more about Rafael Barbosa wanting to face off against Joe Patrick Usami, do a quick Google search in your URL and search up Mark Pickering J Fights. But other than that, I think that when it comes down to, and I'm basically seeing this from It's Starscream.
It sure was, wasn't it? It's Starscream? Yeah, bro, that was awesome.
That sick finish. But still, you have to think about this. Taika suffered his second consecutive knockout loss in a row. What do you do next with the man with the beautiful theme?
He has to win another 1 or 2 in Pancrase to be brought back. Because he's 1-4 in Rising. He's essentially a gatekeeper at this point.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, especially after getting knocked the fuck out twice in the last couple months, you would have to think that something might be up.
His chin might just be gone.
I mean, maybe he needs to take some time off.
Yeah. I mean, he's fought 3 times in the last, I believe, 5 months or 4.5 months. New Year's Eve, or 5 times in the last, 6-7 months. You had Zumagazi, Beinoa, or 4 times.
I am basically reading this off. He's basically fought 5 times in the last year. He knocked out Tenya Yoshimura for the lightweight King of Pancrase title. He lost to Zumagazi at Ryzen Landmark 12 in Kobe. He knocked out Beinoa on that last notice fight that was supposed to have been Beinoa versus Ilkham Nazimov back on New Year's Eve. And then the back-to-back knockout losses to both Barbosa and Usami.
Although the Barbosa one was a cut stoppage, correct?
Yep, it was an eyelid cut.
So, I mean, either way, he definitely needs to take time off because that's a really torrid pace.
Yeah, especially when you get your ass handed to you in 3 of those 5 fights. That definitely means he needs to take some time off before he does something very drastic.
Yeah, he just ate a grounded kick where it had me screaming "Pride Never Die" in the middle of 3 a.m. in the morning.
He also his chin was way up and he was getting countered to hell with that left hook.
Exactly.
Like Usami, now granted Usami was getting hit at will too, but Usami couldn't miss with that left hook.
Yeah, but still though, point of the matter is that I think that Saika needs to just take a break before he gets himself injured or worse.
Yeah.
But still, though, let's go ahead and go on to the fight that I'm pretty sure everybody wants to talk about.
By the way, when he comes back, maybe why not have Saika versus Taisei Sakuraba?
You know what? I mean, I know Andrew doesn't like picking losers with losers. I mean, that would be fun.
I mean,
why doesn't he picking losers with losers? That's like how you're supposed to match him up.
And I'm just like, I think that would be a good opponent for Saku to have Junior to have his comeback against someone with experience and someone who has some credentials. And I think it'd be a perfect bounce back fight for him.
Oh, yeah.
I like it too.
And one more comment from Taylor Lang. That knockout was epic as fuck.
But yes, it was, Taylor. I'm so glad everybody loves it. Pride never die, guys. That's right.
But you know what else was epic? Ryan Cafaro.
Oh yes, dude.
I never said I don't like putting losers with losers.
Sure. Oh, he changes up now. You called him out on it, right?
But still, though, enough of the hearsay. Let's talk about the fact that Ryan Cafaro, he's a star on the rise. I mean, he basically says what everybody else is thinking, especially when he talked about that shit to me. How the American fans are way different than how the Japanese fans are, especially when it comes down to their assholian attitudes.
He should differentiate between the UFC casuals and the hardcore fans because there's a difference. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, of course. But still, though, point of the matter is that Korean Thunder Ryan Kim Cafaro is a star on the rise. Yeah, it took him until the middle of the 3rd round to get a Dragon Sleeper choke submission victory over Koyomi Matsushima.
It was better than advertised. A lot better.
Oh, yeah, but still, though, it's like what Mr. Ohio and I said before we hit record. I think that Cafaro needs a few more fights just to basically showcase himself, just to basically put himself out there to the rising masses. Do you still agree with that, Mr. Soltez?
I do. Being that you and I are both boxing fans and we're used to that type of matchmaking, what's the term that I think Bob Arum uses? Let someone marinate?
Yeah. Let someone
So
pick.
for me, I know that he's 36, going to be 36 years old, going to be 37. I understand that. But I also think that there's something here. He's got a lot of charisma. He knows how to appeal to the fans. It's clear that people do like him. So I think in time, as far as Gaikokujin fighters go, I think he could draw some money for him if he's built properly. And once again, you have plenty of shows that you have to book people on. So if you don't book him for Super Ryzen, it's very possible they do. I would give him, if you want to call it a tune-up, fine. I would give him a fight that's easier than Matsushima to get him more exposure.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to step down to give him more exposure?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And because I wouldn't say that unless I thought if the guy didn't have commercial potential, I would just say, okay, throw him in with a better fighter. But with someone like this, especially because I feel he needs to work on a few things, I think bluntly, his defense was not what I was hoping it would be. He got caught with way too many body kicks. That would be my one critique of him. So other than that, I thought he looked very good. I think with more time to get accumulated to the Ryzen, to the ring, etc., I think he'll do better. But if it was someone like, say, Ren Hiromoto and Ren hurt him with strikes like that, I do think, or Chihiro. If Chihiro would have hurt him like that, Chihiro would have knocked him out because of the power and the speed difference. I think he needs some work on that.
But here's the thing, though.
You're free to disagree with me on that one.
I do. I have to disagree on that one. Oh, wait, J. Chris, you want to go first?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Cafaro is undefeated in 4 of his last 5. Of course, he's a former, I guess now officially a former Cage Fury featherweight champion. But still, though, he's undefeated in 4 of his last 5. 3 of those 4 by way of finish. I mean, you would have to think that whoever he gets to face off against next, be it in Ryzen or any of these little potent promotions, unlike Cage Fury, of course, which is on the Fight Pass that he's a part of, that I think whoever should face off against him next should be at least as tough of an opponent as he is, right?
I mean, I think so. I Mr. Hall, for all the things you were saying about, look, his age, like you said, he's over 35. And
he has a little Bernard Hopkins in him, I think.
You know what? Good comparison.
All right, well,
someone who
I want to fast track to a title shot. I don't want him. I mean, how long do you want him marinating for?
I would say you give him a showcase, and then you put him in on a big fight on New Year's Eve. You get him a title shot if he wins in early 2027.
Oh, okay, so that's not that long. Like you were saying, when you say marinate, that means slow cook for a long time.
When I mean marinate, you build someone up, but you don't wait too long. There's times where it just goes too long. You wait too long to strike while the iron's hot. I think with Cafaro, you book him with someone lesser. You put him in a major fight, whether that be Ren Hiromoto, who he called out, or Chihiro Suzuki, if he gets a win. I had suggested on the Discord Nakagawa, just because he's a body, and if you go back to Kansai, why not? What about Hiroaki Suzuki?
I just don't. Go ahead, J. Chris. Sorry, go ahead.
You put him up against the monster, the General Killer. I think that if you do have a fight between Ryan Cafaro and Hiroaki Suzuki, I think that Cafaro would probably win that one-handedly.
Yeah, and then
it's a step down.
The natural progression after that is Kleber.
Exactly.
Well, Kleber is, possibly going to be facing Akamoto, so it's either that or Shad.
I don't know how that's actually going to happen. I'm not going to just because.
Remember, Scott Kabara-san said that it was going to be Kleber versus Shad, and then people didn't like that. So then now the rumor is it's gonna be Akimoto. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw that just happened on social media today with Akimoto talking about Clever.
We'll see if that happens. Just because the fighters want it doesn't mean the promotion will actually do it.
Yeah, exactly. And plus,
I just don't like. Just before we get off this fight, I just want to agree with Starscream real quick that it was an absolute banger. I think it was a fight of the year candidate.
Oh, absolutely.
And dude, it was sensational. And that Dragon Sleeper hold finish was absolute. I didn't think he was going to get it. I couldn't believe it when he tapped. I let an audible F. Dude, F yeah, loud as F in the middle of the night, bro. My neighbors probably could have heard it. That was so exciting. That was probably, that one and the Joe Hiromoto bout were I think, two top fights of the card and fight of the year candidates in my opinion. But this one with Cafaro was just sensational. And I just want to disagree. I like that you're not going to let him marinate for too long, but I don't like the progression backwards and then forwards. I would like him go forward. And what Starscream say? You would have shot if you ate one of those. I know. Me too, Starscream. Me too. Did you see the red marks on, especially those liver shots that he was eating? My goodness,
Jake, that's the difference between you and I. Me being a boxing fan and me seeing people get moved slower, even when they were a little older at various points. Hopkins, God knows, he really marinated through other issues. He fought Dan Murad Hakar and Carl Daniels before he got to Oscar De La Hoya.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying to me, he looks well preserved. He's very athletic. That's pretty clear to me. He doesn't fight like a 36-year-old for starters. And I do think he got a lot better when he became CFFC champion. And I think the confidence from winning in Ryzen this way will help him improve that much more. And it happened to Hopkins that way. I'm not comparing. Obviously, Bernard Hopkins is once in a generation. Faulty was 49, 50, won a world title in his mid-40s. But I'm saying, to me, Cafaro absolutely looks like someone who does not fight or does not look or fight his age. That is why I believe that there's more there. That's why I wouldn't slow roast it, I guess, but marinate in the sense, get him more exposure, put him in a marquee position on New Year's, because I do think he can legitimately draw money for them in the right context.
Yeah, but here's
that'd be better for my fantasy league because I took him in fantasy. So, go ahead, Jay Krish.
Here's the thing, though. If you put him, it's like we said before the intro, before the show even began, Mr. Ohio. If you put him up against, right now, if you put Cafaro up against somebody like a Kleber Koike, like a Ilkham Nazimov, hell, like even a Ren Hiromoto, he will probably get smoked. But if you build him up little by little, all the way up to the very tippy top, then, you'll be ready to basically showcase him as a big star.
Like I said, I think his defense needs work, but I think what other stuff I saw with him was exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
That's my honest critique of him. I think if he can shore up his defense, particularly with body kicks, I think he's going to be a problem for anyone in that division, save Shadulayev.
Exactly. And
to Starscream's point about those body kicks, and maybe that goes to your point, Mr. Ohio. A lesser man would have went down.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So and a head kick as well, too.
Mm-hmm. I know, but someone who was a harder puncher, such as Chihiro Suzuki, that would have been a knockout.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But I don't like discounting Matsushima though. I thought that he had a good performance as well too.
I'm saying that Chihiro is faster and punches much harder than Matsushima.
Oh yeah, of course. But real quick, what do you do with Koyomi Matsushima?
Landmark. Put him in with someone who lost recently at Landmark. Build him up. There's some like with Cafaro, he's a contender. There's something there.
Yeah, it takes two to tango and make a fight of the year like that, and he was impressive because he was winning. Was he winning on your guys' scorecard?
He was Although I don't understand how you can score the second round 10-8. If I remember,
not. I mean, the first round is the one that's in question.
Oh, absolutely. And that was a 10-8. To me, that was a 10. Maybe it was probably a 10-8 round by their new criteria, but there is no way in hell that round 2 was 10-8 for Matsushima. No way in hell.
Well, the first round, the head kick didn't happen until the second round, right?
No, the head kick, the knockdown with the head kick left hand was the first round.
Oh, it was the first round. Okay, never mind then. I thought that the first round was closer than the second round.
No, the second round was closer, but one of those judges did it 10. For some reason, had Matsushima, I think 10-8, if I remember reading those scorecards right.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was the second round that was close, not the first round. Okay, I got it mixed up, but I knew one of them was closer, but I definitely had it, Matsushima winning that going in the third round. But Kafaro was mounting a comeback in that third round.
Oh, absolutely.
And then
Gaston, Ryan's gas tank and heart, in addition to his submissions, were the difference.
And that crazy dragon sleeper submission, dude, that was sensational, dude.
So
that's a clear submission of the year candidate right there.
And it's 100%. Also a huge marketing opportunity.
Oh, 100%. I agree, 100%.
Fujinami.
And I want both of them brought back to Ryzen. And I like Mr. Ohio's plan. Matsushima on a landmark card against another guy coming off a loss. And Kafaro, I mean, it'd be better for my fantasy league to have him do the slow marination. But I don't know. I think he's good enough to, and I don't know if he's got the Bernard Hopkins juice like you guys are saying. So,
I mean, come to think of it, if not the Bernard Hopkins, if Kafaro doesn't have that Bernard Hopkins energy, you could best believe that the Japanese fans are right when they're saying he has that Tatsumi Fujinami energy.
I just want him fast track to a title shot. I like him a lot, and we were talking about that in the previous show. I like his dedication. How he was there early, and he took it serious. Made the weight cut no problem, and just and you see he was throwing grounded knees. I mean, he knew the assignment and everything. So, I mean, dude, he's quickly become my favorite American fighter, if not already. He stole my favorite American fighter title away. So I want to see him fast track to title shot.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on and talk about, the next fight. Daiki Lightyear smoking out Yabaidalo Kenji Umeno via triangle choke midway through round 1.
Yeah.
I mean, Daiki Tsubota has basically proven that, he may be a journeyman, but he can also beat the shit out of a guy who basically only had like 3 MMA fights. And he's a world-class Muay Thai fighter, of course, Kenji Umeno, but still though, this fight wasn't supposed to have happened like this. It was supposed to be a gimme fight for Umeno, but losing to a journeyman, I guess there's no pride in that, right, Mr. Ohio?
The thing about it is it was clear to me, and I was a little surprised by this in the moment, but looking back on it, the experience won at the end of the day. I mean, I don't think there's much to really say about that. Umeno might look like a pretty decent grappler fighting like Taiga, Ashizawa, those types of guys with little experience in terms of grappling, but against a solid, like a veteran journeyman who is capable of occasionally springing an upset with solid grappling, you saw the difference.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, considering the fact that they're both 37, they're both, circling the wagon as far as age goes. I mean, to be honest, I really didn't have much high hopes for this fight other than Umeno trying to survive, but still, though, now you're basically 2-1. Well, actually, now you're basically 2-2 as a mixed martial artist. And Umeno, I mean, do you think it's about time for him to... I mean, because, of course, dude came out to his own music. The dude obviously has other interests in mind. Do you think it's about time for him to finally hang up the gloves and, think about the rest of his life?
Maybe. I mean, if you want to put him in with lower level kickboxers who transition to MMA, maybe like Naoki, if he happens to win his fight at landmark 14, again, I forgot who he's fighting, some deep fighter, but I guess, or Takahiro Okuyama, who beat Tetsuya Yamato last September, I think it was. I would be fine with that, but other than that, I don't see much point in him staying around.
Other than to basically be meme fodder for the Japanese.
Yeah, and as far as Lightyear goes, maybe this is too much too soon, but why not put him in with Jolly?
Oh, yeah, Ryoma Ryota Shishimoto. Yeah, we're going to talk about him a little bit. Well, actually, as soon as this fight is over with, but still, though, I just want to get J Wolf's reaction. When it comes down to Daiki Lightyear submitting Genji Umeno, do you think it's about time for Yabaidaro to hang up the gloves?
I mean, no. I mean, he's still under 40, so
They're both,
what?
They're both under 40. They were both
I know.
30.
So I don't think, to me, as long as you're under 40, you still got some juice left in the tank. And for this fight, I thought it was cool to get another finish on the scoreboard. And also, Drew took Genji Umeno in the fantasy league, so he got a loss, and he spent a pretty penny to get him too. So that just added an extra layer of fun to this matchup for me. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So let's move on to the next one. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get this show done in plenty of time. Beat Drew's time.
I mean, come to think of it, he did a 3-hour show.
I know, dude. How funny is that, dude? Now he's got the rep of doing the 3-hour shows, and we're gonna get the rep of doing the fun and fast shows.
Yeah, of course. It ain't running gun style like football or basketball, dude.
Oh, so basically what you're saying is that we're the Mike D'Antoni sons. Got it.
No, don't bring up D'Antoni. No,
I just did, homie.
He ruined a Lakers super team.
Yeah, with a washed up Steve Nash.
No, if they would have ran the triangle with Phil Jackson, they would have got another title. But anyways, let's keep it on MMA. What's the next bout, Jay Krish?
Oh, and real quick, Starscream is saying I was sick about my Verdict MMA pick being wrong on this fight, but it was a nice finish, and Daiki Lightyear Subota has a funny old school boxing journeyman record, so he's chill in my book.
Yeah,
nice. Great comment, Starscream.
Hey, look on the bright side. It's not like Reggie Strickland, who had like 270 losses, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Starscream, are you on the Discord server, bro? You should jump in the Discord server and get in the fantasy league, bro. He's doing Verdict. Isn't Verdict the official pick'em site for Ryzen right now? Do you guys know?
Verdict MMA is the official pick and choose site for Ryzen Fighting Federation, and yes, Starscream is damn it, brain fart here. Still though, Starscream is in the Ryzen FF fans Discord server.
Cool, very cool. Yeah, join the fantasy league, brother. And also for the Verdict, is there that you can vote on what you thought the rating for the entire show was, right? And another user was saying that if you vote 10, it'll help it in like the algorithm or something like that. You guys know if that's true?
I don't know. I don't use Verdict, but it looks interesting.
But Starscream is saying Verdict MMA is the bomb. The Ryzen podcast, Andrew's podcast, has gotten me 3 belts for the last 3 events.
Nice.
Very cool.
And Jake and Christian, last thing about that, Ryzen needs, who was that journeyman, that heavyweight journeyman that Tyson beat? Quick Tillis?
Yeah, James Quick Tillis.
Yeah, you need people like Lightyear, like those journeyman types to build people up.
Yeah, exactly.
Kintaro.
Exactly.
All right, what's the next bout? Come on, let's get it. Let's keep it rolling.
I mean, yeah, we got 3 more fights to go. And that is Jolly Ryoma Shishimoto submitting one fight kickboxer Kenshin Kodama, and Starscream is saying get Todd Duffy in the heavyweight tournament. Yeah.
Yes. I like Starscream.
Burn Starscream. Burn. But still,
let's Jake Hune as well.
Is there a disgraced or retired sumo this month?
I would think so.
Probably.
But still, enough about Taka Kenshin. Let's go ahead and continue talking about these fights because we got two more and then a stinker to talk about. But still, though, Ryoma Jolly Shishimoto, otherwise known as just Jolly, made Kenshin Kodama think about his life choices by submitting him in 71 seconds with an armbar. I mean, let's face it, Jolly is making up for lost time as he goes, but let's just face it, this dude has what it takes to be a future star in Rising, if not in MMA. I mean, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Ohio?
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's got the breaking down exposure, and that seems like he has a decent fan base as far as that goes. He needs to be tested. I mean, Kodama didn't have anything, but that was kind of as expected, I guess. He needs to step up the opposition. I would hope next time. I would like to see him at Super Rising against someone, because I'm sure someone with a breaking down tie will be on that show.
I mean, we'll probably have a couple of people with breaking down ties on that show. But still, though, point of the matter is that you're right, Mr. Ohio. Mr. Shishimoto needs to basically boost up the competition. He can't just be fighting, as he says, weirdo kickboxers.
I mean, it was fine for what it was to pad his record. That's fine, but like I said, got to step it up now. That's why I suggested Daiki Lightyear. Maybe that's too much too soon, but I think that'd be an interesting fight.
How many fights has he got in Rising so far?
He's had 2, I think.
Do you think Lightyear is too soon? I thought he had more. Do you think Lightyear would be too soon for him?
It might be, but unless there's another journeyman that you could bring in to test him, to give him some semblance of a bounce in competition.
All right. Well, do it. I mean, like I said, we need more bodies for the, fill out these cards.
And we also need to know how good Jolly is.
Yeah. And I think you guys are right, too, about him, that he's got star potential from breaking down. And otherwise, I mean, guy's charismatic. And, this was a finish. Was this his first finish?
No, because he submitted Ashizawa in like 25 seconds. Was it with an armbar?
Darn. I thought this was his first submission finish. I thought he knocked out. Oh, man. Misremembering that one. Oh, well.
If I remember correctly, he basically gave Mr. Catfish Ashizawa a 24-second ass whooping.
Yeah, but Mike just said it was, Mr. Ohio just said it was a submission. I thought this was his first submission, so I was misremembering, but that's even better. I mean, it shows he's got some grappling. You know what I mean? So he knows what he's doing a little bit on grappling. So that makes me more confident in matching him up against tougher competition. So go for it.
In his MMA career so far, and he's basically had to take a multi-year break between the 2-fight stint he started his career with to the 2-fight stint that he's having now, and that doesn't include breaking down and all of that. But he's got 2 knockouts and 2 armbar submission wins to his credit so far in his career.
Oh, okay, so he has a good mix of both. That's interesting. But before we move on for this fight, I want to bring up with you guys. Remember on the VTR intro, I thought it was hilarious when they were hyping him up as the bad boy. And one of his things that they said was that he was expelled from school.
And I think he was arrested. I think
but when they were listing stuff off, they listed his being expelled from school. I thought that was hilarious, dude.
And then I think he sold, and then in order to get into MMA, he sold a bunch of businesses or something. So if that's the case, he seems to be pretty dedicated. As I said, I want to see him in with someone better.
Yeah, but it was just funny the way they were built, hyping him up as the bad boy and using being expelled or suspended from school as the bad boy.
The thing is, didn't Mikuru have some type of past like that?
I think so, from all those street fights that he claimed to have had.
So, okay, they're trying to do the Mikuru formula with Jolly, but I thought that was hilarious. Anyways, let's go on to this next one is another fight that you consider. Oh, go ahead.
Thing, real quick. After this one MMA fight, do you think that Kenshin Kodama should just call it a day? Like, not call it a day as in retire from all fight sports, but do you think that he should just don't even think about trying to get into MMA again? Mike, you go first.
I think he said he wanted to try it again. So actually, go to a good gym and train grappling and then go from there. But as of right now, he has no business being in Ryzen. Maybe go to Deep, or maybe do a Heroes fight on like a K1 card.
Oh yeah, that would work. I mean, especially considering that Heroes is just starting out again, and K1 needs some fresh bodies who won't cause chaos. Fuck you, Cena Caribbean.
Or people who will actually be able to keep in the promotion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just still hoping that they can bring back Bulletproof Troop, but still don't, that would work. Have Kodama be the face of the MMA brand while remembering that he's still a kickboxer. Now,
would be another interesting fight. The guy that beat was it Haramoto on the one Tokoro's student, the one who fought on that K1 in that Heroes fight, in Heroes Rules fight. I believe it was September, October against the kickboxer. I think he's 11-6. That might be an interesting challenge for Jolly.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but
I mean, you're
just throw him in there with somebody that has some grappling.
That guy does have grappling.
Okay. Because I mean, if he's had enough kickboxers with no grappling, so now it's time to put up his competition, like you're saying, Mr. Ohio. So just elevate somebody who's got some grappling savviness.
Lightyear is too now. Daiki Lightyear is just too much too soon. Yeah, like that. This is gonna bother me. Hold on, you can.
All right, hey, that's Jake Chris. This is more of the next fight. Let's keep it rolling. This next one's the absolute banger, one of the bangers of the night, dude. This one that Cafaro about were fight of the year candidates.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's go ahead and talk about Joe Hiromoto, basically, upping his record past the 500 mark in submitting Seiya Amayama via rear naked choke, 1 minute 27 seconds of round number 2.
And this was his first submission, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, cool. So I knew it was one of them.
But 1 minute and 27 seconds of round 2. It was 27 seconds of round number 2. But
and the first round was an absolute banger, dude. It was back and forth. He was getting rocked and everything, and he was coming back and rocking his opponent, and just, man, it was so much fun. Like, just, dude, everybody go watch that fight. Get the Ryzen.TV subscription and go rewatch this fight. It was this one and the Cafaro fight. Man, it was so fun. Both of them were really fun. So, anyways, sorry to cut you off, Jay Krish. Keep going.
Yeah, but still, though, long story short, even though I hate Black Rose, I hate that, this particular brand gets to take over Ryzen, and we all remember how much of,
God, it was Shota Nagano.
Oh, right, Nagano?
He fought, oh my God, he fought Raita Hashimoto at that show, so that would be my backup for Jolly. But anyway.
Oh, okay. But still, though, point of the matter is, I may not like the Hiromoto brothers, Ren and Joe, but I do think that Joe has a very good future coming on about him. At least I think.
He's definitely got charisma, but he gets hit way too much. But that's something he's just going to have to get more experience with. So, I mean, he has a huge heart, and you can't teach that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I thought he was done multiple times.
Me too. I thought he was out there multiple times, and he came back really strong. And obviously, because he won the bout, but
yes,
man, it was really cool to see.
It was, and he fought a really big, seemed like a really big puncher, Amayama. So, yeah, that showed me something as far as like he's got the heart and he knows how to recover.
100%. Do you see how hyped his brother, everybody was after he won?
And that was really cool because
Dude, that was awesome.
I was really happy for him because he seems like he's taking it seriously. Not to mention, he avenged an amateur loss in Gladiator.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
That was, if I remember right in seeing in the video package, and I think I saw that fight too when it happened. He lost to Seiya Amayama, I believe, as an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that. So that storyline was pretty cool. And at the end of the day, Hiromoto, both of them, I thought made a name for themselves. Both of them Amayama certainly didn't embarrass himself.
Oh yeah, of course. And if you think about this, Joe Hiromoto, actually has the better record compared to his brother. You know, he's 3-1 in Rising. 3-2 overall as a fighter. I mean, what do you say next if he were to get a possible? I mean, if he were to move up the flyweight contendership rankings, Mr. Ohio?
Maybe this is way too early. Would you put him in with Yutaro Muramoto, the deep flyweight champion?
You know what? That would be a fun fight.
He's only 3-1 though, and he don't really have grappling.
That was the first person that came to mind. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that was the first one that came to mind.
All right, who's a flyweight that does not have like ace 80cc Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappling?
Well,
I want somebody who does not have like super grappling credentials to face him next. Another striker first guy.
Well, would you maybe try to find someone from Knockout who has MMA Knockout Unlimited?
Oh, good idea. I like it. I love Knockout. So
I'm saying like someone who has Knockout Unlimited experience but has an MMA background, maybe to give Joe an easier fight that's not taxing physically, but put him in with someone who has experience. Yes,
I like that. It's a good idea.
Because
just anybody that does not have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappling credentials and somebody that's not like a Olympic silver medalist wrestler. So.
No, Andrew, I don't want to just give him jobbers. I want to put him in with people who have experience so that he can gain that experience.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Ohio 100%.
How about moving him up to possibly bantamweight?
See, I think he looks too small right now.
Yeah, 100%.
I was thinking, you can have him face off against Carlos Mota.
That might be a little bit soon.
Too much. You think you can do that one or what?
Are you sure it might be too much?
But then, like with Muramoto, experience notwithstanding, Muramoto's a good but not great grappler. So maybe that would make sense. I can't think of many flyweights in deep off the top of my head.
Because Mota he's a flyweight as well, and
bantamweight and flyweight, but still,
he most recently fought at flyweight. I thought.
Would you maybe put him in with maybe someone like Tomohiro Arania?
Yeah, that would work. That would work. But still, though, when it comes down to Mota, his last fight was at a catch weight of 130. His natural class is flyweight, 125 pounds.
Oh, well, hey, if he can make the 125 pounds still, I mean, that could be a banger potentially right there. I mean, we know Mota he's not a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master, right? He's more of a striker. So would he have too much power? Well, go ahead, Mr. Ohio. What was that?
I thought Mota had a jiu-jitsu background, though.
No, he's a striker from Knockout Unlimited.
Right. But I think I'm pretty sure he had. Did he have a black belt in jiu-jitsu or something like a higher level?
It's hard pressed to find a professional fighter these days that doesn't have some kind of background in grappling, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, as long as he's not like a master, like Roberto de Souza, right? So.
I think Andrew is calling me out on this one.
Why are you calling him out? That's a fun matchup, Drew.
I think it's too soon.
He's just calling you out because I agree with it. That's it. He just wants to be ornery.
Oh, Lord.
I thought he was. I think Muramoto would be a better match because I think Muramoto does a bunch of stuff good, not great.
As long as he's not too good of a grappler, then that's fine.
He was a solid grappler. I didn't think he was anything special, but he was. I I would probably go with someone with a little less experience, but I can't think of anyone off the top of my head in deep that would fit that criteria.
All right. What about in Ryzen though? Think everybody's too experienced for it right now?
What weight class is Sol Hamaguchi?
Flyweight.
Then have him fight Joe.
Well,
yeah, that would be a fun fight.
What about probably didn't say too much experience, but what about some of the guys from the Ryzen Flyweight Grand Prix? I'm thinking of a particular one, a breaking down guy, Hiroya.
No, that's way too soon.
Way too soon? Okay. There'll be a lot of heat between that one because it's Ren's brother versus Makiru's guy. So I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I mean, Sam, if you want to watch a 15-minute blanket fest, sure.
Yeah, Sam Marunta is basically saying he wants to see Kubo versus Hiromasogi Kubo. That's not happening. That's over.
No way, dude. We're trying to find somebody with not less experience in grappling. Not someone's gonna hump his leg for 3 rounds.
Would Joe versus Ursin Yamamoto make sense?
You know what? Even though that would be a little bit too much experience, that would be a little bit too much meat on the bone. I think that would work out well, especially considering that Ursin is under 500. I mean,
but his grappling is too good. He's gonna wrestle him to death.
Like honestly, you're not gonna find anyone. You're not gonna find many people whose grappling isn't not decent. So.
Exactly.
All right, I still like Jay Christian's original idea of Mota because Mota does not have the wrestling. You might have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but he doesn't have the wrestling to get takedowns and stuff. So he's a striker. I think we should bet
power for a reason.
Wait, go ahead, Jay Christian. You cut out a little bit.
I said the dude has knockout power for a reason.
Yes, exactly. Just put Joe in there against another striker. Let's keep it simple.
I don't want to see him in with a Toki Tamaru type again.
Well, I mean, hey, look at the banger it produced. It produced a Fight of the Year candidate. So, I mean,
Amayama is not on Toki Tamaru's level as far as striking goes. He's more of an MMA fighter.
All right, I'm saying, just put him in there against a guy that's a striker first, and let's have some more fun. So.
And Andrew saying, Chris, fix your mic. Well, I mean,
dude, he's all about that because Andrew bought a new mic, so now he's the mic critic of everybody.
Oh, Lord. But still, though, we go from all of those bangers to something that make me want to pull my inner Brian Alvarez from the Wrestling Observer radio pod and say, this one is -5 stars.
And is that Alvarez or is that Dave Meltzer?
But yeah, out of all of the 11 mixed martial arts and standing rules only bouts, we can basically say that this last fight we're about to talk about was an absolute dud.
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Toki Nakagawa defeated the Outlaw Wilkins via unanimous decision. However, and this is with all caps. However, the son of Wellington Wilkins Jr., former Jim Crockett Promotions, WCW, ECW, and UWFI veteran, basically, I did not know that Wellington Wilkins raised a son that had a penchant for kicking dudes in the dick.
He was quite good at Diku Kikus.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the dude basically apologized and was very apologetic when it came down to that fight, saying, I want another opportunity in Rising because of all of this, because he really did think that the last of those nut shots that he laid on Mr. Nakagawa was really, and it was true, it was really a kick to the rib cage. It was a solid kick to the ribs. They just basically, couldn't see the fact that it wasn't a kick to the nuts. But
it grazed the cup. That's what the problem is. Remember, on the way up, it just grazed it. So it's like
And anything below the waistline on the trunks is considered low, but still, though. I would love to see Jake Wilkins fight again in Rising. I mean, he didn't lead fighting Nexus for nothing. But, dude, all those dick kicks. I mean, this is not wrestling with regret, but I really think that he was taking Koki Nakagawa to Dick Kick City.
He got yellow carded for it, though, so he lost some of his purse, and that's probably what lost him the fight as well.
Yeah.
So
there was a lot of 30-25 scores on that scorecard.
So I mean, hey, that's what happens. Like I was saying on Todd Atkins' show, the Japanese take it seriously, man. You can't be messing around. Andrew, I actually agree with him. I agree that only one was legit. The other one were like grazing, where he was throwing like kicks to the midsection and just grazed the cup on the way up. I actually agree with you. Hey, another non-trolling comment. Way to go, Drew. Keep it up. You're on a roll here. Let's go for 3 this show.
Yeah, and we Levers Ben Bingo is saying that was a nut shot. You can see it on the replay. Stop covering the foreign fighter. That directed to me. Nobody wants to see Jake Wilkins in Rising again. He's a cheat and a disgrace to Japan.
Wow, Weed Levers. What the heck? Man, he does not like the foreign fighters, I guess, huh? Jeez.
What are you saying, Weed Levers? He should go back to North Carolina? I mean, he should go back to Jackson Winklejohn or something?
I mean, dude, he's talking about the first one, obviously, was blatant. But it was like how the first one, like, dude, did you see the dude he looked like he was hitting himself. It was so funny, bro. Those GIFs were hilarious. And then on the second and third one, he was not hitting himself anymore. He wasn't patting it to make it feel better anymore. But I mean, I agree with Drew that the first one, that one was definitely like obvious, but the other ones were kind of like grazing on the way up to like his. So it's like, I don't know. It's tough to call him a dirty fighter. I mean, he got a yellow card. He got some of his purse taken away. He lost the fight. I mean, I don't know. And he was repping Japan hard. Remember, he walked out there with both the American flag and the Japanese flag. So it's not like he's like, like an asshole international guy coming in there just dick kicking think it's a dick kicking championship.
Yeah, the Rochambeau.
Dude, hey, Chris, you're getting taken to the woodshed by the comments this time. What the heck?
I don't fucking fuck. Let's just be.
Jeez.
Wrong
what? As usual.
Starscreen has a good analysis on this. My issue with the low blows is that even if the last 2 were iffy, how, after being warned twice, do you even contemplate throwing low again?
Totally.
Andrew Galata.
Totally. I mean, Starscream, another great comment from Starscream. Agreed 100. Wait, that's why he got the yellow card. So he's going to learn his lesson now, right? He got docked some points and he got docked some pay. So I mean, what better teacher is there than that?
Of course. But Mr. Ohio, you basically just now referenced, this year marks the 30th anniversary. At least this summer it will mark.
Of the riot.
Yeah, of the Garden Riot between Andrew Galata and Riddick Poe. I'm surprised it didn't get that crazy. And
I agree with it's Starscream. Like, when you get warned, why the hell are you doing that again?
Totally. But hey, he paid the penalty. He got the yellow card.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I mean, it's like I said, this year marks the 30th anniversary of Andrew Galata versus Riddick Poe. He basically, if you remember your boxing history, you would know that the Dirty Pollock basically punched Galata basically punched Poe in the nuts 3 times, and it caused one of the biggest riots in the history of professional boxing.
I believe his nickname was the Foul Pole.
Exactly.
Yeah, you said a slur there, Jay Krish.
Okay, but still, the point of the matter.
You gotta apologize, Daniel. He's our Polish correspondent. You didn't mean that. You just didn't know that was a slur, right?
I did not know. My apologies to Daniel and to Janek as well. But still, though, point of the matter is when it comes down to, this fight, especially when it comes down to Wilkins. And Andrew is basically saying, I think Wilkins should get another chance against Matsushima. Yeah, I would agree
I like
with
that.
I would
I like
basically
that.
with you, but it's gonna have to take a while before that comes back. And I'm not trying to make another dick joke, icing down the nuts.
Yeah, you are. Come on. Let it out. Just go ahead.
The point of the matter is this. After what happened, and this was supposed to have been a first impression for both of these fighters. Nakagawa, I mean, let's face it, yeah, he got the win, but did it really feel like a win? Well, actually, this was his second win in Rising. But did it really feel like a win when you get kicked down below a few times?
It's probably a painful win, but I like. Hey, that was the third non-trolling comment that Drew made. I like that.
And Weed Lovers is basically calling me out for basically using that slur. I mean, I apologize, man. I mean, it just came out of my mouth all of a sudden.
I was shocked, dude. I was like, "Whoa!"
That's a joke, but still, though, point is, Nakagawa is now 2-0 in Rising, but it didn't feel like a win. Jake Wilkins went down below on Nakagawa. It didn't feel like he should be. I mean, I gotta agree with Andrew. I think that this fight needs to be rematched. I mean, I think that
You want a rematch of it?
I mean, even though Andrew is saying, "Oh no, I was trolling," but still, though, point.
So finally makes a good comment. He's trolling now. Okay.
Yeah. Point this, and I apologize to the viewers I'm losing because of that, comment about a lot. But still, though, point is, I think that, this fight should have a rematch only under one condition. If it gets down low, no go. If the fight ends up getting to 30 shots and low blows, that fight needs to stop automatically.
Well, keep that same energy for John Jones then.
Yeah, of course. But still, though, point of the matter is that,
let's finish this card, dude. We're going to get under 2 hours. This is awesome.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is, I don't think that Nakagawa should be taking this as a win. I don't think that Wilkins should be taking this as a loss, especially considering how apologetic he was. But
well, throw on a landmark card then, like Mr. Ohio says. We need bodies.
Andrew is basically saying, it feels like, you know what? I'm not even gonna look at these comments. I mean, these are just. I mean,
are they taking you to woodshed again?
No, they're not taking me to the woodshed. They're taking me behind the barn. Still, though, point of the matter is, Mr. Soltez, I'm going to leave this final thought on this fight to you. When it comes down to Nakagawa versus Wilkins, would you say that this fight was a dud?
It sucked.
I mean, we were hyping it as it was supposed to be remember, Mr. Ohio, all of us were hyping it like this is the curtain jerker, remember?
Yeah, and there is an expectation, and guess what? It failed miserably.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
When you're the opening fight, there's an expectation that you're going to set the tone. This set a tone, just not a very good one.
A soprano tone.
Yeah. Saying that it was a curtain jerker, the curtain fell all over them.
Yeah. No. Like I said, this was not a good. It was a horrible fight. Disappointing. Like when you get an opportunity like this, you got to take it. They didn't. If you want to bring Wilkins back to feed him to someone, fine. I could do without him. As far as Nakagawa, same deal. Just feed him to someone.
Thank goodness that Joe Hiromoto banger was on after this one, right? That was the final one that was free on YouTube. So imagine if it was just this one. And there wasn't the Joe Hiromoto bout after that. That would have been terrible for the free viewing audience. So thank goodness for that Joe Hiromoto banger.
Of course.
Let's finish this card now, dude. We're gonna get under 2 hours.
Oh yeah, of course. But still, though, aside from these comments that are just basically bashing me now, if you want to take your listenership somewhere else,
dude, don't just freaking take it in stride, man. You
know what?
Don't tell him to go somewhere else.
You know what? Go kiss Crazy Kev's ass. I'm pretty sure he would want the viewership.
No, dude, don't do that. Hey, we love you guys' viewership. It's fine. Just keep. He didn't know it was a slur. You can come watch me on the Todd Atkins show and with Aisha and the City Life Project and also we're gonna be interviewing Katie Perez and stuff. So also all right, Drew. Since you gave 3 non-trolling comments, we'll give you a shout out as well too. The We Are Rising podcast. We don't want you guys going other places. Come on, Jay Chris, take these like a man. You made a slur. Take the bad comments like a man. Let's go.
Of course, just as long as somebody don't call me a slur back. All the sex offender, Mr. Ohio. You know what? Let me ban this motherfucker.
There you go.
You know what? Let me go ahead and end with this. The fight card had 11 fights in total on the main card.
Yeah, how many were finishes? What's the percentage?
8 finishes. So I'm guessing.
Nice.
What's the math?
70%.
Okay.
70% finishes, better than PFL, Drew. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
But still, though, point of the matter is this. 8 finishes, 11 fights. Which one was your fight of the night? Which one was your performance of the night?
Oh, go ahead, Mr. Ohio. Go ahead.
Fight of the night was Joe Hiromoto versus Seiya Amayama. Close second was Kafaro versus Matsushima. And then performance of the night, I'll go with Gustavo because he beat a very good opponent and knocked him out with one shot and won the lightweight title.
Okay, Jay.
Oh, I got to agree with the 2 fights tonight. Joe Hiromoto's and Ryan Kafaro's were absolutely sensational. Fight of the year candidates, in my opinion. Performance of the night, also Ryan Kafaro for the submission of the year candidate. Clear submission of the year candidate with that Dragon Sleeper hold. And if we're going to go knockouts, got to go with Shopatrick Usami for that awesome Pride Never Die superior rule set finish. And then, of course, the main event with Gustavo winning the belt was absolutely sensational, just all around from the VTR with the Wanderlei Silva and Krokop, and then afterwards, after winning the belt, getting hyped with the crowd, and even in the ring afterwards, Kakabara-san doing the angel champagne shower with the confetti coming out, man, it was just, and he was just so hyped with he had tears of joy, and it just, man, it was a great scene. So definitely going to be performance of the night to Luis Killer Gustavo. So those are my picks.
Well, I guess that would be 3 for me. Gustavo definitely had one of the better finishes of the night, so I'm guessing he is, performance of the night worthy, performance of the night quality even. But also, my 2 that I would pick on this one, I would basically have to say Ryan Kafaro definitely earned a performance of the night honor in my honest opinion, especially considering how he came from behind with that Dragon Sleeper submission. And, the third person I would basically want to pick is Jolly for submitting Kenshin Kodama in a quick amount of fashion. He's the guy with the quickest finish on the card, by the way. So, yeah, I would just pick those 3 in particular, Gustavo, Kafaro, and Jolly. But still, though, long story short, we probably won't be back. Who gives a fuck about the fans who basically just came in and caused chaos, right? But still, though, the next event we're going to be talking about will be, let's see.
June 6th.
Yeah.
Rising Landmark 14.
Damn, hard to believe it's been, this fight card ain't for another 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Dude, it's in 3 weeks. June 5th for us in Western time zones. And it's going to be Hiromasa Oji Kubo versus Shinryu. And it's going to be awesome. Remember they were talking trash about how Shinryu was cleaning the toilets at ATT? And so it's a grudge match, it's a rematch because Oji Kubo already beat Shinryu before. And now Shinryu is more matured and got more experience under his belt, so he could win. So it's going to be pretty cool. And do you guys remember what the other fights were on the card? I mean, I don't want to steal your thunder.
Latoya versus Laramie.
Mm-hmm.
Laramie, nice.
And then the other 6 were not good.
Let me go ahead and jot down those other 6 for you. Ryo Sakai versus Taka Kenshin. Good Lord, that'd be bad. And it's
gosh, don't dump on my heavyweights. Come on.
I know it's the heavyweight Grand Prix, but it's still gonna suck.
No, we're gonna make heavyweight great again, boys. Come on, let's think positive.
Oh my God, the other fights on this card: Yuta Yachi versus Isao Kobayashi.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Black Panther Beinoa versus Bilal Kai Haga.
That's a cool one. Like it.
The Joker Naoki Tanaka versus Kaisei Kuroi. You got Daichi Tomizawa versus Rui Kato. That fight is going to be a toss-up. Another toss-up is Koki Playboy Okada versus Seiya Inoue.
Oh, that's a good one. I like Playboy Okada.
And on the prelims, aside from 3 kickboxing bouts, we got a battle between Hayato Kikuchi versus Thailand Usai. Taylan Usai. Yusai. The thing
so it sounds like there needs to be more bouts announced. So we might get a presser here in the next week or 2, right? I mean, it doesn't sound like there's a full card announced yet.
I would hope so, but still, though, the thing is about Mr. Usai is that this is going to be his only fight in Horizon before he's expected to go back to the States because he's a native of Washington State. But still, though, he wants to go back to the States and basically live out the rest of his life as a nomad. But still, point of the matter is, that's the fight card that we're going to be talking about next time.
So far.
Yeah, that's most of the fight card we're going to be talking about next time. I don't have a specific date on when we're going to be doing this, but it should be within the course of the next couple of weeks if everything's completed by then.
Right, yeah. Let's say a week before the fights, week before June 5th.
I mean, yeah, that and the fact that, I'm probably going to be busy watching the NBA Finals around that time.
Oh, man, don't even bring those up. I don't even care anymore. Todd was already breaking my balls about his Oklahoma City Thunder sweeping my Lakers. Gosh, damn it.
You know what? The Lakers beat the Rockets, so I'm not really all too excited, but hey, I'm a sports fan, okay? I'm supposed to be excited about these things, whether or not I have a local interest. Still, though, that's about it. Well, it's not about it. I mean, it's about it for us talking about this fight card. Jay Wolf, you want to go ahead and put yourself over?
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm on the first one on there. Thank you for the banner, by the way, brother. Appreciate that. Jay Wolf 1 on the Discord server. That's the Rising FF Fans Discord server. It's a lot of fun in there. Join in there. You can troll, you can talk trash, you can do whatever you want. All you can just don't be racist and don't post illegal links. That's it. Those are the only 2 rules. And that's where you have the Rising FF Fans Fantasy League, free fantasy league. It's a lot of fun. Shout out to Just Bleed Fan for setting that up. And you can still join just because you didn't, it's set up in a way to where even if you join all the way for like to Super Rising, you can still have a chance to win the whole thing by the end of the year. So, everybody join up and then join that fantasy league. It's a lot of fun. And also on Twitter, and yes, it's misspelled on purpose. It's JAYYOF1 on Twitter. That's how you know it's me from way back in the day. And if you're a real person, I'll follow you back. And then also check me out on the Todd Atkins show, The Rising Report. We're going to be interviewing Katie Perez here hopefully in the next couple days or week or whatever. And then also hopefully with Aisha on the City Life Project, we're going to be doing a Black Combat Black Cup review of the quarterfinals. So really looking forward to doing that with Aisha. And also hopefully, right here on the Focus Fight, nobody leave just because, Jay Chris, take him like a man. You go talk some shit. It's so fine. Come back to the Focus Fights and join us for a next show, preview show for Rising Landmark 14 on June 6th.
I mean, come to think of it, just for you, this may not be the Hold on. But just like you always say,
pride never died. Pride has risen.
And as for you, Mr. Ohio, thankfully you do not have any social media to speak of other than Discord.
Yeah, and I'm keeping it that way.
I understand, especially because of these chaotic comments. I really don't feel like looking at them. I mean, if you're listening to this on the podcast portion, hopefully you'll leave a good review. Hopefully you'll give us 5 stars if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, or set us as your number 1 or top 3 preset on iHeartRadio if you're listening to us through there. But, Mr. Ohio, what can you tell us about the Rising FF Fans Discord?
It's a lot of fun, and a lot of good people on there, and not a bunch of idiots. So absolutely recommend going on and being part of it. Just don't be an asshole.
Exactly. And, if you're listening to this through iHeartRadio or Spotify or any podcast platforms that we are on, the link for this beautiful Discord server will be in the description, as will the links for my platforms and for Focus Fights as well. But, I think we just about gotten through everything. Oh, and you know what? Put over Andrew Benjamin.
All right, just this once, just because he didn't do some trolling comments this time. You got 3 real comments in, so that's good enough. Just kidding, Drew. We love you.
I mean, I already played the Lenny Hart soundbite, so I might as well
play it again. Play it again, Sam.
So if you want to check out more of what Andrew has in store over on the You can check out all of his platforms over on Twitter and on Instagram. But still, though, that's about it from me. Oh my God, I'm basically seeing this bullshit in the comments.
Are they taking you to the barn again?
You know what? If you want to get at me, all my links are in the description of this podcast. If you basically want to try and talk shit to me, or talk shit to me through this damn podcast video, the best thing you're going to get is a block, just like one of your friends. But still, though, the point of the matter is this. As long as y'all keep checking this out, as long as y'all keep supporting us, as long as y'all keep putting this damn thing over that we love so much, called the Rising Fighting Federation, or even Japanese Mixed Martial Arts, regardless of what the fuck y'all say, I'm still gonna keep doing it because, nobody else is talking about this shit. Would you rather have a bunch of UFC trolls talk about this promotion?
Hell no.
Exactly. And that's why when it comes down to this, there's very few of us that are doing it. But, if you continue to support us, we will support y'all tenfold, no matter how many stupid-ass comments y'all put out on the YouTube.
Dude, you got to expect them this time, man. You messed up with you didn't know it was a slur, but still. Come on, let's wrap it up. Let's finish this. We blew the 2-hour time limit.
Okay. But we're basically a little over 2 hours. So I'm going to just go ahead and wrap it up by saying this. We thank y'all for listening to what you have to say. We thank y'all for listening to what we say. We're even grateful that you enjoy us over on Focus Fights Audio. And we're even more thankful that you're fans of the Rising Fighting Federation, just like we are. Until then, that's about it from us for now. We thank y'all for tuning in or listening or however you get this podcast. Again, if you like it and aren't a fucking troll, share this with your friends. Put it out on the podcast platforms that you listen to us on. Share this YouTube video if you think that we actually are doing our jobs right and not basically, getting us out there. Because I'm telling you what, we don't get a lot of ad time compared to the big names, but we hope that you put us over to the point where we can get some of that publicity, but still don't. It was fun doing this. Hopefully we'll try and do better the next time. Other than that, for myself, J. Christian Gary, for Mike Soltez, Mr. Ohio, for Jay Wolf, whose real name is probably under a disclosed document or something, but still don't. We thank y'all, and we'll try and do better the next time. Deuces, until later. We out. See y'all next time. Fuck the trolls.